Hi, congratulations on your new Kross bike. You must have reached my video by scanning the QR code that you've received in this thank you card in your new Kross bike box. Remember, there is a website on this card. Register yourself to win exciting Kross merchandise. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to assemble a Kross bike all by yourself. This is important because we've been jolted into an era where home delivery and DIY has become the need of the hour. For the not-so-social savvy, DIY stands for do-it-yourself. This is almost a norm abroad, but we Indians have imbibed this culture as per the Indian Standard Time, unapologetically and fashionably late. Jokes apart, because of social distancing, it has, coerced us all to take almost all the cores in our hands and, wash them thoroughly. So let's take this responsibility head on and learn to DIY. So we're going to learn to assemble a single speed bike, which is popularly known as the gearless bike or the bike without gears. But before we start assembling, let's take a look at the different parts of a bike, now flashing on your screen. Well, there's definitely more than the do payyas. So we're going to learn to assemble the following parts: the fork, the front wheel, the handle, the saddle, the fenders and the reflectors. You must have also received a tool kit, and these are the tools that we will be using. A 4mm Allen especially if you're using a sharp knife or blade. You don't want to damage the bike or cut yourself in any way. And that's the awaited unboxing of the bike. Fret not, once we are done assembling it, it will look exactly like the beast you'd imagined. This is the box that contains the pedals, reflectors and the toolkit. Let's begin with undocking and fixing the front wheel along with the handle. Remove the protector cap and loosen the nut from both sides to create space for the fork dropout. Also, remove the protector from the fork. Ensure that the fork dropout is correctly mounted onto the wheel's locking washer. Tighten both the nuts by hand first and then fully tighten them with the 15mm multi-spanner in a clockwise direction. Now that the bike is properly standing, let's move on to attaching the handle. Unscrew the bolts with the 5mm Allen key. Place the handlebar between the stem and faceplate and then insert. Notice the stylized shape of the handlebar. It's really nicely done. Tighten the bolts with the 5mm Allen key. Ensure that you rotate clockwise. Now tighten the pinch bolts evenly with the same key. While doing this, it is important to make sure that the handlebar is facing directly forward, else you will not be able to ride straight. Let's move on to align the stem and the front wheel. Stand over the bike with the frame between your legs and squeeze the front wheel so that it's facing directly ahead. Adjust the handlebars so that the handle stem is aligned exactly with the front wheel. You want your wheel and handlebars to be in line for proper turning control. Tighten the top cap bolt with a 5mm Allen key until the handlebar assembly cards. Let's move on to the saddle. Before you attach the saddle, you will need to be ready with the reflectors and mudguards. Remove the saddle and insert rear reflector and mudguard into the seat pillar. Ensure that the seat pillar should be inserted in the seat tube up to the given insertion mark. The height of the saddle can be adjusted with the help of quick release. The saddle should be aligned with the frame and set at the correct angle for a comfortable ride. Tighten the mudguard by rotating the plastic adjusters near the seat pillar in a clockwise direction. Before tightening the plastic adjusters, you can adjust the height of the mudguard as per your convenience and then tighten the adjuster holder onto the back of the reflector. Fit in the reflector onto the handle and tighten the screw with a screwdriver. Now I'm going to assemble one of the smallest part of a bike which you wouldn't even consider while discussing the specifications of a bike. But without this part, you will not be able to ride your bicycle. Any guesses? Well, it's the pedal. If you've guessed it right, do let me know in the comments below. The pedals are marked either right or left, so make sure you attach the correct one on its respective side. The right side of the bike is the chain wheel side. Insert the pedal in the crank and tighten the thread clockwise with a 15 mm multi-spanner tool. Likewise, the left pedal needs to be fixed into the LHS crank, but note that this one needs to be turned anti-clockwise. And with that one left turn, we're almost done with the assembly of this bike. Let's mount the side stand. Put in the screw and bolts and tighten it with the dual Allen key. And lastly, fix your water bottle cage so that dehydration doesn't catch up with your riding speed. Unscrew the Allen bolt with the 4 mm Allen key. Make sure the cage is in the correct position and then tighten the Allen bolt in a clockwise direction. Please make sure all the fasteners are tightened using the correct amount of force so as to avoid any accidents and to prevent any damage to components. With that, we're ready to ride. You can now unwrap the remaining packaging from the bike. You'll have to do this very cautiously so that you don't scratch the bike, because that would surely scratch our hearts first and then yours. Go get your beast mode on.